Everybody loves the new game, Old World. Everybody wants to learn about how. Adam, Pete, and Danny told me that Old World charm starts now.
The oomph, the hype.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm made of, actually, is hype.
Made of hype. G'day, everyone, and welcome to episode 60 of That Old World Charm. My name is Adam Camilleri, and I'm joined by the full triumvirate of the charmed ones, the hype man made of hype himself, as you just heard, Danny McDavid. Hello, sir.
Adam, I have never been more excited to be on a podcast than I am right now. And no, I mean that, though, for real. I really am excited. I hope I'm trying to speak like not super loud so I don't blow out my voice, but like, yeah, dude, I'm stoked to be here. I promise.
And the only man who has more hype than him, the Falcon, Peter himself. Hello, Jimmy.
Whoa! Wow! 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 Wow!
And it's crazy Falcon with his wacky sails. Come on down to Falcon Emporium.
How you doing, my babies?
We're doing good, brother. We are here to do 2025 in review. We're going to be talking about how the game was and has been for the last 12 months, what we got, what we didn't get, what we loved, what we loathed, and everything else in the middle. And hopefully you'll join us over on this and on the part 2, which will be coming out on our Patreon, which is That Old World Charm. Come and join us there. And of course, the part 2, we'll be answering a bunch of Patreon questions. They've asked us like what was the most fun list that we played in the last 12 months. Going to be answering that and a bunch of other stuff. So join us there. All right, boys. We'll start off with you, Danny. What factions did you play this year?
Let's see. This year, I played Beastmen. I played Wood Elves. I played Vampire Counts. And I'm sure I played Troll Horde.
Nice. Yeah. So how many factions was that? Was that 4?
5?
5?
4.
I count
4. No, it's 4. It's 4.
Nice. And Peter, what did you play this year? Or what didn't you play this year?
Oh, goodness. What didn't I play? Yeah. Well, at like events, I played Empire, Orcs and Goblins, Tomb Kings, Warriors of Chaos, and
you said Empire, yeah?
Yeah, I already said Empire. What else did I play at an event?
So I was right, yeah. What didn't you play? Is a better question.
Yeah, and then like I played, and then I tested like all the books that were released in the last year, and just fiddled with different stuff. Like you and I played some Lizardman games, and but yeah, at events I believe it was because I did Orcs and Goblins, Tomb Kings. I played Vampire Counts at an event as well. Yeah, so I ran probably 5 or 6 at events, and then basically all of them outside of maybe Chaos Dwarves. In just like casual play.
Fair. I played Ogres, Bretonnia, Empire, Chaos Dwarves, and a couple of games with Orcs and Goblins. Actually, no, and a bunch of games with Tomb Kings as well, sorry. So I played like 6 factions as well. Nice. So between us, what didn't we play? Skaven? Anybody play any Skaven this year?
I tested a Skaven list kind of before Squarebase did the let's just give them 1 million points thing.
Yep.
High Elves.
I played Dwarves and Demons this year as well.
I played High Elves and Adam at least once.
Okay. Yeah, we got like 2 or 3. Yeah, we got at least 2 games in with that. None of them were fun for me. Good times. This year we got from Games Workshop, we got the Arcane Journal for Empire, we got the Arcane Journal for High Elves, Arcane Journal for Wood Elves and for Beastmen, in addition to 2 for Cathay, and what else? We got the Slayer Host book that also had the Tomb King stuff in it, and
you got the new Chaos book.
Yep.
Yes, we do get the new Chaos book as well. We get anything else? That seems about it. How do we feel about what we got this year? Because I mean, 2024, obviously the launch year, we got the Ravening Hordes, Forces of Fantasy, we got Bretonnia and Tomb Kings, we got Orcs and Goblins and Dwarves and Warriors of Chaos. And so we got it was the launch year, but we still got about the same number of physical books released, but much less meat on the bone, if that makes sense. Like the last 3 books have been pretty hollow, apart from like the 2 Cathay ones, which one of them is their army book.
Well, the Cathay one was big. The second Cathay one was bad. Like it didn't have anything really.
Yeah.
Raising of Westerland added new common items, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
And the chaos like marks are pretty cool. Or
and the gifts that they have for units.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the gifts. It was kind of like we got like 3 kind of mediocre arcane journals, and then we got the Raising of Westerland, which I feel was like pretty good. It wasn't incredible, didn't like blow me away, but it had cool stuff in it. It changes the game. So,
all right. So, fun question: what was the best arcane journal that came out this year? So between Empire, High Elves, Wood Elves, Beastmen, and Cathay. I mean, obviously Cathay is the most busted, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best.
I thought Beastmen was the coolest.
Beastmen was the coolest. It was also probably the most powerful that wasn't Cathay. So
yeah. It's interesting that I just keep expecting something big to come from High Elves because I don't hate that book. The actual like Armies of Infamy are not good, but everything else seems pretty good. Like the units and the magic items seem relatively good. I suppose. Sorry, I'm speaking out of turn. High Elves have clocked up some pretty decent GT wins, but surprisingly in very like isolated pockets of the world. Like the world over, High Elves aren't doing good, but there are some High Elf generals out there that are like doing some superstar stuff.
High Elves are a strong book. They're kind of a B tier book is the problem. Because they're priced pretty elite, but like dragons still kill stuff.
Yeah,
so double dragon lists are still legit. Silver Helms are still a great core unit. Same with Illyrian Reavers. There's a lot of counterplay to that list, but you can just avoid that counterplay in the right match, which is why we kind of see them in smaller events do a little bit better.
They're missing
like Cathay and Vampire Count World.
They're missing one. They're missing one unit in my opinion that's priced to move. Like they're all the chassis are overcosted, if that's a way of saying it. They're all the chassis, every unit you can buy and put things on starts at like 15-20% too many points for the purchase. So they're like if they just had like if Silver Helms were just like priced as one of the cheaper good cav units in the game, all of a sudden things will start to get really exciting. Because I don't think they have any like best in slot units. Like Illyrian Reavers aren't the best fast cav. They're pretty good, but they're not the best. Same for like Silverhelm, same for Swordmasters. Although Swordmasters you can make a case for the best elite infantry, but even then they don't get used. And the only thing you can make a case for is they've got probably best or second best dragon because they got the triple save dragon, right?
Yeah, it's arguably the best dragon.
Yeah, only the Warriors of Chaos Dragon I think makes a case, but then with the points limits and stuff, it doesn't. The Prince is better. So yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it's that extremely common 20-point item that gives a regen save that makes a huge difference for that whole faction.
Yeah. Imagine if Troll High Trousers was 20 points for a moment.
Right.
wild scenes. Okay, so Cathay's obviously the most powerful and most busted. There's no question there. I do agree with you. Beastman is the best of the bunch. Which is the worst of the bunch that came out this year?
Probably Wood Elves.
What do you mean by that, Adam?
Exactly. I'm leaving it open to interpretation. Like whatever your personal metrics are, the worst arcane journal that came out this year.
Oh, the worst one is probably High Elves.
Yep. So you think
maybe I don't know, maybe Empire, but at least Empire had some cool stuff, and like conceptually, they had some neat stuff. Like the High Elf book was like, "Hey, do you want to play this different style of High Elves? Like you want to play Seaguard that sucks? Yeah, okay, you can play that, or you can play Thrace, and it's like, yeah, this is kind of a neat way to also play the game. This is just a different list that gives some different buffs for like a few minor like negatives that the Grand Army doesn't have.
Peter?
Oh, I was just gonna say I forgot High Elves came out this year. Yeah, High Elves was bad. Like it was not good. Trace was fine, but Trace is just like adds one unit to the list that you were already going to run.
Yeah.
So instead of Silver Helms, you just run skirmishing lumberjacks. Probably the one I was most disappointed in. Like I originally said, Wood Elves. Wood Elves was great until like the FAQ dropped like a month later and made it garbage.
Yep.
But the Tomb Kings one where the only good thing in it was the those like the one scroll.
Yeah, one scroll.
That was probably the dumbest journal that we just didn't need.
Yep, correct. In saying that though, can you tell people at home what happened with the Wood Elves, just to refresh them?
Well, I mean, like Wood Elves has two armies of infamy in it. Both of them were not amazing to begin with. One of them in particular was like absolute like trash garbage. The Eternal Guard Wildwood one, Host of Taliesin. Really, there's nothing good about it. And then Orion was super cool, and like he wasn't broken. He was playable though. Like he was an alternative to running a dragon or double dragon.
Yeah.
And then with the FAQs changing like how unit types interact, you can no longer like have his dogs and his units soak wounds for him. You can target him out anyway. And so he went from being like, oh, half or 2/3 of the wounds I don't take to like I just gotta get toasted immediately unless I can hide. And I'm
cannon catcher extraordinaire. Yeah, just every cannon straight through his heart. Yeah, it was very sad. Actually, that was actually really, really bothered me because I was like, sweet, like we've got all these like heads of faction units in the game, and very few see play. And I was like so excited to potentially see Orion be viable. Like,
yeah. And they got a new magic lore that was actually like pretty decent, pretty good. But then they nerfed magic to the point where it's like very hard to cast the spells in that lore.
Yeah,
so that also hurt them. So you no longer want to do double wizard lists or like double level 4s. So yeah, it's just like, it's just not good.
Perfect transition point into the next thing. Danny, what do you think was the best rules change that happened this year?
Infantry fight in 2 ranks. Have 2 ranks in the fighting rank when they are charged. That rule specifically, although I would like to see it applied like more universally and not just when people charge. I think that is a fantastic rule. It like not just because you can kill guys in the second rank, so you can still allow the first rank to fight, which is amazingly well done. But also, if you don't kill those bad guys, then you get some supporting attacks, which is quite nice.
What about yourself, Peter?
I think that's a great one. And like I've been in a German comp event recently, and they allow like even on the charge infantry to fight in 2 ranks, and it's super fun. It does help infantry a ton. I really enjoy it. I do think that was a really great change in an FAQ in particular that had a lot of changes where if they hadn't gone as full bore as they had, it would have been great. But then they kind of like nerfed themselves by going too far.
Yeah, I 100% agree with both of those takes. We went for the first calendar year, 2024 of the old world. Infantry were ostensibly unplayable. Didn't really matter. It was just who got the most out of their tax infantry if they had to take them. Who had the least worst core infantry was where it was at. And now, genuinely, like people are just like going really deep down the rabbit hole to make the most of their core infantry, which I think is really exciting. Straight up, I think the only 2 armies that saw any relevant success in the first year with infantry was the Royal Host Horde list, which is dumb as hell and existed for a very specific reason in a very specific niche. And freaking vampire counts. Like they're the only 2 armies that took infantry that didn't feel stupid. I just said Tomb Kings in the Royal Host. But
well, sorry, I thought you meant the dwarf one because dwarves did it too, and they had marginal success.
I'd say I'd say they're probably third best, but they didn't have a choice. It's either I play gyrocopters .list or I have to play infantry. Yeah. Well, that's what I was about to say. So Orcs and Goblins did really well, but I wouldn't have put them up with those three. And Dwarfs are there by default. Unfortunate, they have no real other way to play. But this year, oh my God, Orcs and Goblins feel like they've gone to another level because their infantry feels relevant and very relevant. Even with nerfs to fanatics, they still feel incredible.
They play well into like the current meta, especially like anybody that's comping anything. I feel like it helps them a lot. That said, like the Beastman horde right now in infantry is like an infantry horde that's terrifying and very, very good. Arguably like top 4 lists in the game right now. So
Yep, I agree. All right, what was the worst rules change that we got this year?
Adam, what do you think is the worst one? I feel like Magic would be my thing, but I don't want to get into that super heavy.
I think Magic has to be the easy default. Actually, sorry, the other best rules change is the one they did to Fiery bullshit, the Battle Magic spell, the multiple templates. Was that this year or was that last year?
No, that was this year. Like they nerfed it in multiple ways, but they did. Like they didn't fix everybody else to make it worthwhile. Like it just made on top of nerfing it, making it random. They also just made like all of those vortexes worse because of the bouncing thing now, where they bounce out the end they come in if they don't move far enough. So you don't get like smashing into multiple units anymore. Like,
right.
So what do I think is the worst? I mean, Magic is, like I said, is the easy out, and we'll probably discuss that at some point on this episode because it has been just such a gigantic fundamental change. I hate to say, but most of the changes apart from Magic have been for the better of the game. Like the restrictions on dragon saves being 3 up rather than 2 up, the extra save to infantry and stuff with the sword and board is real nice too. Shit, I'm trying to think of another bad one.
Low linear obstacle rulings are terrible.
Oh, yeah. No, there it is. There it is. We found it. We found it right there, Peter. Thank you. Please. Why is that still in the game?
I had a really frustrating game against Dwarves there recently that I probably should have won anyway with my Empire list. But because of the Sappers doing the getting to dig in on both your turn and their turn because of how it's worded. So there's no like negative to ever digging in. You just do it regardless.
That's stupid.
It's like my steam tank basically did nothing because the cannon was getting stopped by his linear obstacle. I couldn't stomp or impact hit him. It's just like it's a silly thing.
That's a 0 attack steam tank. Essentially,
well, it's got a 1 engineer, like, so I just never charged him, right? But like I was just loading with nails and like just trying to artillery shot him in the face. That was also a game where I took 10 wounds on the steam tank and I failed all 10 5-up saves. So that was hilarious. Yikes. But it was. But yeah, the low linear obstacle thing. I mean, you've seen it, Adam. Like. So many games with like Earthen Ramparts, or if you can just keep getting it off, your opponent can't do anything. They have to just
infuriating.
I'm just infuriating.
And I'm playing ogres. Like I'm paying so many points for my impact hits. I'm paying so many points
for
your
extra attacks, and you get
exactly right. And I get absolutely F all. What do we think is a good fix for that though? Like, how do we keep that mechanic somewhat relevant, but also less revolting?
Like I think. I'm actually fine with it ruled that say you don't get impact hits. I think that kind of makes sense. Like you're standing behind a wall to protect yourself, but like multi attacks and stomps and stuff like that, they should just let those back in. So at least like you're not fully nerfing like a billion units, especially on an effect that dwarves get effectively for free. Even though like dwarves need the help, but like other armies, like there's a spell that does it so easily. Like it's,
or like just make it only work during the first round of combat.
That's another one. Yeah, any of that would be great.
I thought
Or like you can kill it with a can. Like when you used to shoot them with cannonballs, they used to die.
Yeah,
that won't work against the dwarf thing, but
yeah. I thought.
Well, I mean, like if you shoot it with one cannon and then you have multiple, like the other ones actually get to do damage. Like that's another thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could try and play it like a hill and make it so you have to perfectly jump the obstacle to have the cannonball hit. So you have to place a cannonball on the other side of the hill in order to hit anybody. But then you risk it like the first bounce just going straight past the unit or something to make it more, at least possibly interactive. But I'm okay with the stopping cannonballs. I'm okay with there being interaction against cannonballs. I think that's good for the game. Impact hits could be like, instead of having none, you get half or you get -2 to your impact hits, no matter what you roll. So if you roll a D6 and you roll 2, you get none. But if you roll 3, you get 1. That could be a fix as well. But it gets complicated. Like it's just another thing for people to.
Or if you roll a 1 to wound on the impact hit, you die.
Yeah. Let's just scavenify this whole game.
You know what it should be? It should be what like Gorok used to have in 7th edition, and I believe 8th, where if you charged him with the shield up, you took a dangerous terrain test. If you like anything that would normally do impact hits,
that's cool.
And then it's like, oh, you died. You don't get to.
I always imagined him making a ramp with his shield so that people were like taking jumps off of it and like, breaking on the other side.
Oh man, I just love Gorok so much.
What if you just got all your impact hits and your stomps, but you lost any AP?
What if like skeleton chariots just didn't have them at AP anyway? Like, get out of here, Adam. Get out of here.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
Clearly, one of the problem units with the game is skeleton chariots. We need to do something.
Yeah. Let's keep them down. Let's make sure they stay dead. Right. You can make them take DTs, chariots.
Yeah.
There's a downside.
Sure.
I think we should just remove low linear obstacles from the game.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest thing.
And skirmishers.
Yep, easiest fix. Delete. It's interesting they haven't done it yet, because like I don't know anybody who's happy about the rule. Even the people who use it like is like, I'm sorry about this. Bang.
Legacy armies. Yeah, I don't know anyone that's happy about those.
No. Yeah, no. Get them out of here.
I have to say though, when you pull it off and like you actually use a low linear obstacle for like some kind of tactical benefit, you feel like the smartest man.
All right. So who has this edition been best for? Like, who has gone from 0 to hero the most in this year? Sorry, not edition.
Cathay.
Can't say Cathay. It's brand new. They came out they've never been 0 to go to hero.
Well, they would have been, I think they would have been super mediocre if we hadn't gotten that FAQ just in time to make them El Busto Grande.
I think that'd still be good. Like, that wasn't El Busto Grande.
That's right above S tier, guys.
Right above S tier is El Busto Grande.
El Busto Grande, yeah.
I mean, I'm super frustrated we still don't have a Cathay fix. And I was
hopefully in a few weeks.
I was very hoping we'd have it now, like by the end of the year. But here we are. And it really feels like they've taken their sweet freaking time. Just for people at home, again, Peter, please tell them what the FAQ was that made Cathay Busto.
I mean, there's a bunch of them. They nerfed magic, and Cathay wasn't very good, like wasn't incredible at magic. They were okay at it. They nerfed poison, so that meant that like balloons and stuff didn't just die. They nerfed the no-fly rules, so any of the items that caused you to shut down flying no longer shut down flying for the whole game. It was just for a round. There was just like a stack of like 5 or 6 FAQs that just like elevated Cathay, and then to top it off, they gave Cathay like Sky Lanterns, which had a bunch of ways to be dealt with in testing, just didn't have those anymore. And then they gave them a extremely common ring with an amazing magic missile, and then they nerfed the ruby ring that everybody else got that wasn't extremely common at the same time. So it was beautiful.
It was a confluence of bullshit and that is what is required to reach El Busto.
El Busto Grande.
A Busto Grande requires a confluence of bullshit. Yeah.
Is there someone like just sawing someone in half?
Yeah.
You, Adam?
Yeah, I do apologize for that. The bloke who's living across the road is building a fence.
Is it a bogan? Is it a bogan person?
Yes, it would be a bogan. We would call him a bogan. God. Yeah, is my neighbor.
I loved when you were the bogan.
I was hoping you were practicing a magic trick, Adam.
Nah. The only magic I wish
there were more bogans in Old World.
I mean, Orcs and Goblins is pretty much.
They're pretty bogan, I guess.
Yeah, ogres are pretty bogan. Some Empire armies are pretty bogan.
Dickie's going to be so mad at you as he tries to cut that out.
Which
just the sound.
Boglins.
He's back there editing this now, 24 hours from now, and he's losing his mind. And I haven't even sworn once, and he's still upset.
Well, I'll make it easy for him.
Did you?
We should only swear when the saw is going. just to line it up for Dickie.
Just go outside right now, Adam, and be like, "Hey, you bogan! I'm busy recording a podcast. I'll help you with your fence later."
Don't you know who I am?
Yeah, don't you know? Don't you know what's going on here? The important things that are occurring. Is anybody happy about the magic change? Does anybody think it was good? It was the
no. I don't think anybody thinks it was good.
It's but like something needed to happen, right?
That's
like
true.
It was bad before, and it's a little better, kind of.
I disagree. Yeah. I think it's just as bad, but they've removed a phase of the game for many armies.
I thought Magic was pretty sucky for other reasons, and now it's sucky and not very useful. Like before, there was only limited strategic play to Magic, and now I find there's like almost nil strategic play to Magic. On top of that, it's almost pure luck unless you're running Beastmen, and then you're just like bulldozing your opponent. So
yeah, literally, Beastmen and Tomb Kings get to have like almost as powerful a Magic phase as they did before, but all the counterplay is like people don't bother taking it because whatever. Why would I take like 200 points of anti-Magic counterplay when Magic isn't a predominant thing I know I'm going to run into?
The reroll feels way better with Magic now. I feel like, but like, I mean, I agree with everything you guys are saying. Of course, like I'm not trying to excuse it. It sucks.
I agree with you too, Danny.
I'd much rather it be broken and everyone get to use it than it be good and half the armies don't get to play with it.
I just want to go back to a Magic pool and
give me back.
Wait, hold on. All right, are we talking 6th edition Magic pool or 7th edition Magic pool, or what are we thinking about, Peter?
I don't know. I think probably 6th edition Magic pool,
because that's where all the dice from all your casters went into one pool, and you had like level 2s that were essentially batteries. I think I like 7th, where you you got some individual pools, and then each caster had their own dice.
Yeah, I prefer that than the one big pool. Like in 6th and like 8th edition, we had like the 8th edition especially, we had like the light cancel where it was just like, here's a bunch of dumb shit level 1s that are just going to juice up for everybody else. And 6th edition was even more of that. Where cool, this level 2's like hanging out on one side of the board, but he's giving Magic dice to my level 4 on the other side of the board. It just I never loved that about 6th edition. I like 7th edition better, the individual pools. I think that's good. But give me back the minigame. Give me back the Magic minigame. I don't know. And it's dumb.
You had like 2 pool dice. Your opponent had 2 pool dice. And then like you could distribute those, and there were other items that gave out additional pool dice, and I liked that, like, because then you could kind of spread your Magic around if you wanted to a little bit. Like I remember that's what the Perry app used to do, the Black Perry app from Vampire Counts. Yeah.
And the Slan did a similar thing, or was that the old cube?
The Slan had the like every time you cast, you got an extra dice.
That's right. So
if you were like, you wanted to throw less dice at spells so that you could get more dice to do things.
All right. What has been the most diverse and interesting faction of this year? Like, what do you think has been the most fun? If you were a player of this faction, you had a good year.
Fun. I don't play this game for fun.
Yeah. Like multiple ways to play, interesting unit choices and selection, armies of infamy that are relevant.
Oh, I was going to say Cathay, but then, no.
No, piss off.
Because there's no relevant armies of infamy. I mean, there only is. Like, you're going to play the army of infamy all the time, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there's no reason not to, right?
Soon there will be. I don't know. Like, I like Orcs and Goblins. There's like one good build, but the other builds aren't so bad that you don't want to play them. Like Troll Horde's super fun.
Yeah, Boar Boys and Chariots is a good time. Like, you don't.
Nomadic Log is hilarious.
I think
Black Orcs are still good. Very few people run them, but they're still legit. I mean, like, the book is full of banger units that aren't Snotlings. So
the only faction I can think of that every army of infamy was relevant at some point this year is Bretonia, where Grand Army, Expedition, and now Errantry Crusade have all had a little bit of shine on them. Even though they're one of the most nerfed, they're probably one of the most nerfed factions.
They're still so strong. It's just like Cathay beats them real bad almost.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, clean clocks them, no chance. The other one would be Warriors of Chaos, because Warriors of Chaos just have more rules to their faction than any other faction, I believe. They have more armies of infamy. They have more secondary.
Yeah, but like the Heralds of Darkness isn't an army.
It doesn't exist. But Marauders is good. Marauders and Grand Army is very good.
Yeah,
it is.
And then they have all like the second and third tier of layering buffs with all the marks and then the Marauder marks and all. Yeah.
Although honestly, the new gifts, I find make playing Chaos harder because like you were pretty tight on points to begin with, and now you're like, how do I cut points and not be super elite and still do what I want to do, right? So
you kind of get it. Just you write a list you want to play, and you're like, how did I manage to write 2 Death Stars, and that's my whole army? And you're like, where did all the points go? How am I gonna play the mission? That's another thing. We got legitimate stone cold missions this year.
True. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not tripping.
I'm happy we got those. That's great. I'm hoping we get some more stuff too.
Yeah.
I would love to see like an updated mission pack where the missions are even like bigger. Like they're worth even more points.
Yeah,
like,
same.
We're seeing some of these comps too. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Big yawn.
Nice.
You're going to finish off your thought, or was that it?
That's it. Like, I feel like anytime I've played in a comp where they've emphasized the mission, it's been like way better versus they just going straight kill points all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some mechanics I don't like. Like, I'm not a huge fan of baggage trains. I think they're kind of meh, whatever. It's usually very easy for one player, very not easy for another player, and defending it is rarely worth it. If one army is like if I'm playing against Null or Wood Elves or whatever, or an army that has just very good fast cav, and I can't kill them all in one turn, whatever. I'm not even going to bother defending the damn thing. It's no point. So it almost feels like it's a mechanic that's a have it and have not, and it's not even worth that many points. Like, either make it worth real points, so I want to defend it, even against armies that are good at killing it, or like just make it something different.
Yeah, I see that.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
Here's a mechanic that I want. I want player placed objectives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, straight up. Never in your DZ, because that's just boring, uninteractive nonsense. You know, oh cool, I'm playing Dwarf Gunline. I put the thing in my DZ. Never in your DZ, and maybe not within 6 inches of your DZ. But I like the idea of player placed objectives. I think that's cool. And like maybe a mission where you have to place one in your half of the table and one in your opponent's half of the table, and they have to do the same.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's a cool mission. I've played one like that before.
Yeah, I think it's something that they trialed in 40K and they got rid of, but I think it's exclusively way more interesting in our game.
Yeah.
Okie dokies. Excluding Cathay, because it's the easy option, what was your least favorite opponent faction?
That's tough.
Probably vampires. I hate playing against vampires. It's such a boring game most of the time.
Yeah, mine's Tomb Kings. So for similar reasons.
I don't know. I like sometimes those games because I feel like I like how much it pushes you to think, like to lock certain things up and stuff like that, like and trying to throw everything you can. But I hear you that it's probably boring. I also like to play undead, so I'm definitely biased. I'd say I just like playing Bretonia the most myself.
That's fair. Tell us why.
Mostly, I mean, like I would say 80 to 90% has to do with the Pegasus Knight model.
Yeah.
I'm very much glad that they added the caveat of line of sight availability for requirement for charging. As part of the changes. That was a really nice change and really affected quality of life when you're playing against that army specifically. Because it's like basically like, you made a mistake in your screening, you're dead because of Peg Knights. And that just happens.
It's a super dragon. Like it's 1.5 dragons in unit, and it's essentially a game of just peg management. And if you can't do it, you have no chance.
Sometimes, Adam, the game comes down to avoiding a good pegging.
Leave it in, Dickie. It was natural and fluid and beautiful.
Hey guys.
Are there any other unit? Is there any other unit that has done something similar to what Peg Knights do to you guys this year?
A balloon.
Yeah. The balloon is my day, like in one event for sure.
Yeah, the balloon's like the only other one, right? That does something as wholly game centric. Like if you play against Cathay and don't have a balloon, yeah, correct. It's meta warping is the power, and the only reason Peg Knights are gone from the collective conscious is because the balloons exist.
Yeah, I mean, like Graveguard are still meta warping.
True.
Oh yeah, dude. If I rock up and someone's got 30 Graveguard, or they're doing the other thing and they have got the big brick of blood knights, they're just as brutal. But they have to come at me in like straight lines, which I like. Like
skirmishing everything up, right? Like
can we fix this shit? Yeah, if I had 3 prayers for next year, is Magic gets a little more fun and interesting and playable for more factions. Skirmishing just dies and low linear obstacles get fixed.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I think there's like a ton of stuff that I'd love to fix. But yeah, I think that's all cool.
Add to the list. What will be your next couple after that?
No sex in the champagne room.
Okay. Yep. Less pegging,
dude. Personal attack. Rough.
Like I think that's the big stuff. Skirmishes has needed to be fixed since the game launched. And then Magic is bad. Legacy armies need to be fixed or made illegal.
It's not even funny anymore. But they're so used to it now, Peter, that it doesn't land. You need to do something different.
No, this is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm still having fun playing the game. I think we're at a point where like more Death Stars are going to start becoming problematic though as well. So my assumption is the next FAQ is going to make certain Death Stars just dumb, like super busted, the worst thing ever. That's where my head is at now.
I mean, we're already getting that way a little bit, aren't we?
Yeah, like that Beastman Death Stars is very strong. I don't think it's the strongest thing in the game, but like there's other armies that are doing Death Stars. Warriors of Chaos can have a Death Star now.
It's literally all Skaven has. So
Skaven have Death Stars. Like we're kind of going back. I mean, Tomb Kings had it for a while, and theirs was nerfed, but it's still extraordinarily strong. Has
anyone seen? So I remember a couple of months ago, I talked about like a dwarf build that was just Doom Seekers and a Death Star. Has anyone seen that yet? Has that been
no? But I mean that like the Slayer host list does work.
Yeah,
yeah,
makes me sick to my ass. But good for them. Why not? 20 Doom Seekers. Let's go.
Why do you hate yourself, Adam?
I don't. I think dwarves are allowed to have silly things too. There's enough silly things in the game. They're allowed to have it too. It's fine. And, if Cathay can exist, that can exist.
Sure.
I would also like to see a fix to artillery. I'd like to see artillery become relevant. Or actually, no, just a fix to templates. Make templates a thing worth taking. They don't need to go back to what they were, like in previous editions where they were just extremely powerful. But I would like to see partials changed. Maybe it's a 3+ for partials. Or I don't know. Just something a little better, man.
Yeah. Or something that can get you a reroll. Like if you roll a hit, you can reroll your partials. That might be cool for stone throwers. But that I don't know yet. Maybe change the lookout, sir, based on the war machine. Might be a cool rule too.
Oh yeah, go on. Go down that rabbit hole for us. What do you
like maybe the stone thrower is like a 4+, or like the mortar's 5+, but like the flamethrower is a 3+, like in order to make partials count as fulls.
That's sick. I like that. I would like to see flamethrowers like auto-cause neg-1 panic tests if they like just kill a model, sorry. Like your shit's on fire, be afraid. Just like adding special rules to stuff. If you're going to leave them as bad as they are, like give them an X factor. Give them a little spicy something that they do in addition. Like your unit gets hit by a stone thrower. If the center of the stone thrower hits the unit and kills a thing, they lose a ballistic skill in the next turn or something. They've been hit by a rock. They're a little shook. Okay. Something like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And so then you can use like artillery pieces as defensive mechanisms as well, or to like mess with your opponent's plans or nerf, debuff units and stuff. It's also a way that if they wanted to keep the magic phase, they could add magic-like effects onto other units. So that could be another cool way.
Sure.
All right, boys. Now it's time for 2026 goal setting, and then we're going to tune out of this one. So, starting with yourself, Peter, my sugar, my baby, my honey. What do you hope for yourself in 2026?
I think 2026 is going to be an interesting year for me. I'm not sure I'm going to have the same amount of time as I did in previous years or this last year, like to put in as many events as I did.
Yep.
But yeah, my hope is this year I would like to win another GT. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go to, but I would like to do that. I want to get Falcon to have a legit Warhammer Fantasy event, or like Old World event. And yeah, I think that's the big stuff for me. Like this year was really good for me in terms of competitive play. I won a doubles event with Val at Adepticon. I came pretty close to winning Adepticon. I won the Square-Based Open and came in second at the Canhammer Team Tournament. So I kind of want to just keep doing that if I can. Theoretically, I'm going to WTC for Team Canada, which will be cool if that works out. So
hot,
yeah,
nice. What about yourself, Danny?
Well, I want to go play in an event, a competitive event this year. I definitely want to do that. I'm looking for like this summer, I think, is when I want to try and make it out. And I want to have a fully painted army before I get there. I don't want to have to like worry about that stuff. So I want to have that all magnetized and ready to go. I just have to figure out what army I want to play and get that painted to a standard. So as soon as like I get done with this other big thing I'm doing until February, I'm gonna try and like put away an hour a night to like work on models. So that's my goal for this next year, is to keep trying to like put time in and make sure that I'm getting stuff ready for the ultimate goal of going and playing an event. And I'd like to practice for that as well.
I love this. I'm similar. I would like to attend an in-person event I've actually have not done an in-person event for the Old World yet. Pretty much I've played a handful of in-person games and then probably 50 or 60 online reps. And I just really like to get back in the community a little bit more locally. I think I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, just get my ogres on the table, despite them being a little frustrating at the moment. I'll just do the best I can with them and enjoy the ride. And on that note, I think we are diggity done with our 2025 year in review episode, which was episode 60. I don't know how we managed to get it on a nice round number, but we did, just as planned. And we're going to go and record part 2, where we're going to answer a slew of patron questions. Hope you guys will come and join us. It's that Old World Charm over on Patreon. Gentlemen, anything you'd like to say before we check out?
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to that Old World Charm with those charming chaps, Adam, Danny, and Peter the Falcon. Thanks ever so much. Cheerio.